All right, people, welcome again to MG Sports TV. And the big question at this present moment is, will or would you start Leon Bailey in the next Gold Cup game? If you are coach, the Reggae Boyz head coach, Himir Al Grimson, would you or will you or should you or can you start Leon Bailey in the next matchup, which is against Trinidad, which is going to be a vital encounter? Good. We will get into that, people. We're also going to get into some details about Leon Bailey's last 10 performances. We're going to look at his average ratings for his last 10 performances. We're also going to look in detail on his last performance against USA to really assess it if it was actually a bad performance. Before we get into that, people, look up here, people. Look. You see that? You see that? We are on the road to 30,000 subscribers. 30,000 subscribers. And we are what? 28,000 something? We honestly want to hit that 30K before the end of the Gold Cup. And at this present moment, it looks bleaky, people. It looks as if we're exiting the Gold Cup faster than we would want to. But hopefully that doesn't happen and we can hit the 30,000 subscribers and we can also advance to the Gold Cup final. That would be tremendous. Now, let's get into the meat of the matter. Should be looking at light. Anyway, let's get to the meat of the matter, people. First of all, I'm gonna assess the last 10 games that Leon Bailey played. This is according to Sofa Scores. And we're gonna give you guys the match ratings. So we go all the way back to, this is 4 World Cup qualifiers, which is against USA 6.6, against El Salvador 6.2. The second match against El Salvador was 8.2, which is his most outstanding performance according to SofaScore ratings. Was 8.2. And then against Honduras, 7.3. And that would conclude the World Cup qualifiers, those 4 World Cup qualifiers games. Then now we move into the Nation Leagues that we recently played. 6.4 against Suriname, 6.7 against Suriname. Remember those 2 games. Then against Mexico, which is the 1-1 draw in Jamaica, it was a 6.8. Then we played Argentina. He got a 5.6, quite a low score in that. Then we played Mexico again, which we drew 2-2. He got a 6.8 in that. And then the last game, which is the last game against USA, he got a 5.4 average. So there's 2 notable performances in that, in the El Salvador, which he got an 8.2 match ratings, and also a 7. Honduras, we got a 7.3 match rating. So those are the 2 1. But out of 10 games, 2 stood out the most. Out of 10 games, the rest of them have been average and below average. 6.5, 6.6. All those are basically average performances from average players. But and then now the big drop to 5.4, which is quite a heavy drop, a heavy drop. Now, the question is, did he really play that bad against USA according to his average? So let's have a look at this now, people. If we're gonna say, boy, we don't trust those averages, what I want you guys to do is go in your thinking box, in a recollection, think about how he performed against USA. In your perspective, the average here, he got a 5.4, which is quite low. I want you to think about it. Did he really deserve such a low ratings, or he actually performed better than that? Now, think about it in your perspective from what you saw in the game. Now, what I'm going to bring up here is, these are the detailed statistics of the Leon Bailey's performance. As you can see, that is his heat map for a player that played basically 90 minutes of game. That's quite not much. That's quite not much. Alright, so let's bring up the detailed statistics on this end. As you can see on the right hand side, let me just bring it up so you guys can see. I'm going to make it as big as possible so you guys can see it. Gonna make it as big as possible so you don't feel like I take it away. Gonna make it as big as possible, people. Good. Let me just take myself out of that zone. Good. Alright, so let's run through the statistics. So for this game against USA, we are going to use the eye test and also statistics, because it's very important that when we are looking at a player and judging their performance, we must use both eye test and statistics. In my point of view, the missed penalty was bad, but it wasn't the whole thing. I do believe that where performance is concerned, I don't think we saw the best performance from Leon Bailey in that game. So let's see if the statistics provide us. So my eye test said no, didn't perform well. So let's see what the statistics said. So he played a total of basically 89 minutes. Shots on target 2. 1 shot off target, and in total he had 3 shots. Dribble attempt, he had 5 completed out of 6, which is that's actually really, really good. We all know Leon Bailey loves to dribble. Penalty miss 1. Big chances miss 2. 45 touches, and in those 45 touches, 45, that's a lot of touch, you know. He attempted 19 passes. So let me see if we can do the math here. So if you have 45 touches, we're gonna assume maybe, you know, 1 touch, whatever, you know, I will get on, because even if you hit the ball, it's considered a touch. So he attempted 19 passes. He completed 12 out of 19, finishing game with a 63% passing accuracy. And people, yes, if you want to know, that is low. it is quite low. Key passes 0, crosses 0, long balls 1 complete, encountered in 18 ground duels, winning 10 of them, which is quite fairly decent. Aerial duels 3, he won 2 of them, which is fairly decent. Now this is worrying. Possession loss 15 times. This is very, very worrying for me, people. And many of you might not see it that way, but it is concerning for me. He lost possession 15 times. I remember that earlier when we were doing the analysis of Jamaica Gray. I think he lost possession about once or something like that. I think he lost possession about once. So losing possession 15 times, and that is the reason why the fan base is so frustrated, letting go of the ball. And it's not a case in which you're all onto the ball and majority of the time something is happening. Not necessarily. Yes, you won the free kick, but at the end of the day, you all onto the ball is quite just as much a detriment to us than anything else. So let's have a look at the rest of the statistics. Committed 3 fouls, was fouled twice, offside once, 1 interception, made 3 tackles, and was dribble pass once. So that's, if you can look at that, people, and that is the worry for a lot of the fan base where that is concerned. It's pretty much worrying. Losing possession of the ball 15 times, people, that's worrying. That's really, really worrying, and that's not the first. And that's the reason why the fan base consistently saying, let go of the ball, let go of the ball. No, the big question I want to ask you guys, would you start Leon Bailey over the weekend? And let me give you evidence over the next game. Let me give you evidence why Leon Bailey will play the next game again. You guys remember Omar Hutchinson was playing in town, Kingston against Trinidad. He was having a bad game. A lot of persons were asking for him to come off. People were booing him in the crowd. People were jeering him in the crowd. But guess what? Him here arguably kept him on for the pitch because he wanted him to play through that bad patch. That's how Al Grimson operates. He wants you to play through your bad patch and get on the right side of things. So I do believe that Al Grimson will start Leon Bailey just to see if he can get him out of that bad patch and get back some confidence in him. You don't want a Leon Bailey who's short on confidence. You want him to be confident. You want him to do what he can do, but not overdo it. That's the thing. So in my perspective, I do believe that Leon Bailey will start. And personally, I don't necessarily see the reason why everyone is shouting to bench him still. That's just football. So that's what we're fan. Now I'm asking you guys the question. Do you think Al Grimson should start him in the next matchup? Or should or will? Whatever you think. Put it in the comment section. Tell us what you think, people. Smash the like button. Hit the subscribe button, people. And let's bring the family. So, yeah, over there, sir. But certainly, tell us what you think in the comment section, people. And I'll see you guys again. Until next time. MG Sports TV. We're out. Boom. Music.